Well, to shed more light on the five-way summit that took place in the new Alamein city, we have the pleasure to have this phone with Ambassador Mohamed Al-Orabi, former foreign minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Orabi, how do you see the importance of the five-way summit that took place in Egypt, in the new Alamein city? What is the significance of this, as Egypt is the center of the Arab world and the heart of it?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Such a brotherly meeting between the five leaders, I think it has a sort of significance that Egypt, yes, in the center of the Arab cooperation and Arab, let us say, working together. And I think it is a very important gathering. It has a sort of impact on the Arab national security and also on the cooperation between the Arab countries in such a critical juncture which we are facing now in the whole region and even in the whole world.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Orabi, how do you see this meeting of the five-way summit as a good opportunity for boosting trade and investment between the five countries?
Yes, I think there is a sort of realization now that we should work together and we should enhance our cooperation. We should depend on our resources as Arab countries. We have many of say potential resources to face all the challenges and all the difficulties which we are facing now, especially in the food crisis, energy crisis, terrorism, and security. Many other things actually. So a lot of files actually should be discussed between the Arab leaders. And I think the meeting today and yesterday, it was a very good opportunity for them to exchange views and to build on what they did before the visit of Mr. Biden to Jeddah and to attend this summit between the United States and some Arab countries. So I think that this is a sort of follow-up of what we achieved before the meeting in Jeddah. And I think there is a lot of opportunities to enhance this cooperation between the five countries, especially some countries actually facing real trouble and let us say tension inside their borders, like in Iraq. So Iraq needs a sort of support from the others, and I think we can witness this kind of support and showing that we are trying to help them to overcome all the difficulties they are facing now.
Your Excellency, Ambassador Orabi, the timing of this meeting, the five-way summit meeting, the timing of this meeting, what's your opinion about this? And as this comes in a critical time where most of the countries around the world are suffering from economic crisis.
Oh yes, sure. And I think it is a timely meeting, and I think we need this kind of exchange of views every now and then. And especially that we don't have, let us say, a comprehensive Arab summit for, let us say, 2 or 3 years now. So what we need now is to enhance this kind of discussion and consultation. And I think this will have very good and positive results. And this will be, let us say, one of the methods how to face the challenges and the difficulties which we now prevailing in the whole world. And I think the crisis, especially the economic crisis and the food crisis and the security crisis, all of it, they had a sort of impact on us, and we have to work together in order to face this challenge.
Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Orabi, several years ago, Egypt started a tripartite meeting that gathers Egypt, Jordan, and Iraq. So could you give us your insight concerning the importance of this?
Yes, I think it is a very good and important remarks which you are mentioned now. You can witness, or let us say observe, that the three countries, Egypt, Jordan, Iraq, they are engaged in a very good level of cooperation. And now also we have a new thing which is Egypt, Jordan, United Arab Emirates also. we are indulged in a very good and deep discussion in order to enhance the economic cooperation between the three countries in the different fields. So I think this kind of, or let us say, different levels of cooperation between the countries which gathered yesterday in Al Alamein, the new Alamein, I think it is a sort of how to build on this kind of cooperation between the countries, and maybe this will be a very good nucleus for some other countries to join, these efforts, which I think has a very fruitful results.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Orabi, how could the five countries benefit from each other from this meeting in your point of view?
Well, you can see that two countries like Iraq and Emirates, they are one of the pillars of the energy industry in the world. And also Egypt has also a sort of impact on that field. Egypt also is a very important country in, let us say, for the population, and we can host some agricultural projects in our country with the help of United Arab Emirates and some other countries also. So investment and to change the potential of investments in different countries, I think this is a very good way to have a win-win situation between the five countries. So I guess this meeting, it will be a very important point in the Arab cooperation, and I think the Arab world will embark on a new stage of cooperation due to this meeting today and yesterday in the new Alamein.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Orabi, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates and Jordan have launched the Integrated Industrial Partnership Initiative for Sustainable Economic Development in Abu Dhabi. So how can joint Arab funding help to support and accelerate benefiting from these projects to achieve economic development?
Yeah, I think it was a very good step from the three countries, especially it address a very important issue, which is in how to enhance the industry in the three countries. We have a lot of potentials, and we can use it in order to promote our economy and also to face the external challenges which we are facing now. So this new idea, I think it could be a very good base for more extension to it with some other countries also in the Arab world, and even with others in Africa or whatever. And I think this will be helpful for us to overcome the economic difficulties which we are facing, all of us.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Orabi, the significance of a joint economic Arab agreements or signing a joint economic agreements in such a gathering or a five-way summit taking place here in Egypt. Could you tell us your insight concerning the importance of this in maximizing the integration and partnership between the Arab countries?
Yeah, this will be a very good, significant, and even landmark. That the Arab world now will start to have the win-win situation, and they will try to build their own industry to depend on their potentials, not on the others. Because now the whole world is trying to build the internal, I would say, power for each country in order to be dependent and not to be dependent on the others. And I think this is the only way how to face the new situation in the whole world. And especially that if we will have a sort of extension to the crisis in Ukraine, this might have a very bad repercussions on the situation in the whole world, not just in the Arab world. So we have to be ready and prepare to face this new era, which has a very negative, I would say, impact on us. And I think the only way to have it is not a sort of luxury, but at least to work together and to have a united stand and united efforts in order to face all these economic challenges.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Orabi, Telecom Egypt have signed on Sunday a strategic agreement with Orange Jordan in order to create a new high-quality international connectivity system that connects Baghdad to Europe through Jordan and Egypt in order to meet growing demand for communication services in the Iraqi market. How do you see the importance of this?
Yes, communication is one of the, I would say, elements how to improve your economic situation, contacts between, let us say, company and investors and businessmen. I think this is very important, and to facilitate, their work, I think communication would be essential to do that. So I think it's a very good step, and I hope it will be maybe covered also the internet and some other fields, because we have to be in a very modern and easy way to contact each other.
Yes, Your Excellency Ambassador Orabi, more than 12 projects worth 3.4 billion US dollars have been identified by the 5 countries in the first phase of a 10 billion US dollars initiative that was signed in May. The next stage will focus on chemicals, plastics and textile industries. So how would this partnership be able to face the economic problems that resulted from many challenges? Among them was the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes, I think the cooperation should cover, all fields. The threats is coming now from energy and COVID, let us say 19, and the climate change. All these things, actually, it is cross-border, and we have to put some plans to face it and try to mitigate, the dangers of all these threats. As I said, COVID-19, climate change, the energy, and the food crisis, all the things, actually, it has to be under control, and it needs a lot of cooperation between countries. And as I said before, we have the good potentials to face all these challenges, and we are capable, to build our own industry in all fields, not just in the petrochemicals or so, but also in the medicines and many other things.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Ambassador Mohamed Al-Orabi, former Foreign Minister. I really had the honor to have this phono with you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.